What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of GameChat, the video game variety show brought to you by Borderline Entertainment. I'm your host, Asa Green River, and I am joined by a freaking amazing panel today. We've been having so much fun before the show started, so much so that we are 10 minutes late, and I apologize, but it's going to be a good one, so you're here, so just get over it. All right, let me introduce the panel, starting with our regulars. We've got Nate and Josh back at it again. Fellas, how are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Well.
Good. And as you can see, our special guest this week is the one, the only, Victoria Tran. Victoria, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. I am, just so people beforehand know why we were late, we were arguing about Baja Blast, and it was a very legitimate topic to be late about.
That's true.
But it's a good thing to be late for.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
The only thing to be late for.
Yeah, that's the only acceptable reason to be late for something.
If you're driving in late to work, just be like, hey, I got in a wicked Baja Blast argument. I'm totally sorry. Everything will be fine. That's a Josh May guarantee.
and then they'll be like, we'll give you a raise. Thank you. Like for
Boom.
arguing about Baja
So show up to
Blast.
work late. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, this is great.
Show up late.
This is already going downhill.
Yeah, I know. I said I was gonna keep it to a tight hour, and I'm really freaking nervous right now. All right. If you don't know what the show is, this is Game Chat, the video game variety show, where we talk about video games in a variety of formats, harkening back to the old days when the 50s and 60s had these things called variety shows on the television. An illustrious host like myself gave you a power hour of goodness, and we're going to give you that in video game form. But I do have to say that this episode is brought to you by Hundle. Oh my gosh. I told you that no water and a little bit of Truly is going to make me mess up. Humble Bundle is our sponsor today. You'll get more messages about that later if you're listening in the audio version. But if you're a patron, you're not going to have any at all. Also, I have to say, thank you so much to our Twitch audience for putting up with the fact that I was muted in the beginning. But yeah, it's okay. The YouTube and audio formats, podcast services, whatever, they're not going to experience it because it's called recording. So didn't take that, Asa, you idiot.
Show up live for anything could happen. Anyone could be muted. Anyone could
boom.
Talk about
You never know
Baja
what's
Blast.
going to happen. You got to stay here for the kinks and the twists.
Variety.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know what? I know that I'm not going to say anything bad about Humble Bundle. They're fantastic. We are Humble Bundle partners. I never want to say that 5 times fast, but I tweeted this out the other day. I really wish that Jets Pizza would give us a sponsorship because I love Jets Pizza. Detroit style pizza is probably the best, And if anybody from Jets is listening, just give me a call. All right? My email is in my Twitter. Send me an email. Be a sponsor. I'll eat your pizza for life.
What is Detroit style pizza?
I saw the questioning in your eyes. So, without getting too deep into this, because I'm a pizza aficionado.
Deep dish into this?
Yes. It is deep dish pizza. It's more bread-like. I hate that people say this, but it's true. If you've ever had Little Caesars has the deep dish. And it's like it's like a 4-piece. It's a thick bready crust, but the cheese is melded into the crust. And it's like caramelized, it's crispy. That's Detroit style. So
It's the double stuffed Oreo of pizzas.
yeah. Oh
Wow.
Ooh,
Get that turbo
I want
crust.
that.
I don't know what it is, but it's called turbo crust, so I always get my pizza with turbo crust.
You know what? I have not tried, and I say this not out of flaunting, but Jets and I have been tweeting back and forth. And they told me to try the turbo crust, and I haven't done it yet. So now I have a reason
I don't know.
to
I've
keep
never
them
had it
coming
without
back.
the turbo crust, so
That's
I
how
can't
you
compare
unlock
it to
the
anything. But
sponsorship.
That's what
Eat the turbo crust.
I will pay the extra that it doesn't charge to get turbo crust if you give me
what
the
I'm saying.
sponsorship. That
Turbo means better, I'm assuming.
It makes sense in my brain, and that's all that matters. Okay. Let's jump into the show with our first section, Newsbies. All right, we've got 4 items on the Newsbies docket, and it's not all doom and gloom. We have some good stuff out there. I feel like in past episodes, we've just been like slammed by like bad stuff, and it is a bummer. But video games is showing up today. So we're going to start things off with the Xbox Series X, and sadly, this is a little bit down. It seems like they are not outside the issues with controllers. We know that Joy-Cons have had the Joy-Con drift. We know that the PlayStation 5 has started to see a drift within their controllers. And now it looks like the Xbox Series X and S controllers are facing some issues. Not drift, but could be something worse. Now, this is coming from Forbes.com, and it looks like the new controllers are facing button problems to where they're not recognizing when you're pressing the buttons. And this is a little bit troublesome, but Microsoft has acknowledged the ongoing problem with the unresponsive face button on the current Xbox controller. At Microsoft, we put all of our products through rigorous quality assurance testing and are committed to providing customers with an unparalleled gaming experience. We are aware some players may be experiencing some unresponsiveness with their new Xbox wireless controllers, and our teams are actively working on a solution. For the best experience, we encourage customers to visit Xbox support for assistance. Now, I don't know if any of you have had any experience with Xbox support, but they've been phenomenal. Whenever I've had issues in the past, especially the Red Rings of Death and 360 era, they were on top of it. That might be because they knew that there was an issue on the horizon, but either way, they've been great. So this story itself, and if you're new to Newsbies, we've got extreme hype, definite intrigue, mild interest, and absolute boredom. Now, Victoria, you can morph those in any way that you want. If you want to be like extreme sadness, that's perfectly fine. I'm not super bummed. I mean, my controllers are not facing any issues. I don't know about anybody else, but I am optimistic. So I'm gonna put definite optimism, because Xbox and Microsoft are really good at their customer service, and I feel like they're gonna get this crap on lockdown. But I want to hear what everyone else has to say.
I mean, oh, go ahead, Victoria.
Oh, no. I was just going to say that I'm just going to go with definite optimism, just because I think I'm like in that millennial space where it's like, oh, I have to talk to customer support on the phone. Never mind, it's fine. Just do whatever you want. I don't really. I'll buy a new one. It doesn't. I don't care. That's right. but you know, you made a good point. So I'm just gonna agree with you.
Okay.
And say definite optimism. I mean, if they have great customer support, then amazing. If they have live chat support, even better.
They might. It's been a while since I've used their service. So.
Okay. Yeah. But I don't think I have like very strong opinions on like controllers.
I for sure haven't been playing my Xbox enough to notice anything with my controller, but I am hopeful. Like, I agree with Victoria. I just had an Apple issue, and they were like texting me through Apple support, and I was like, "This is the greatest thing ever," because I don't have to talk to a person. I don't have to wait in the queue. It's great. So, I mean, I'm definitely optimistic too, more so than I would be for like PlayStation, where they're like, we don't actually know what's wrong, but it's way worse than you think it is. So,
you know, I would have to say I'm intrigued by all this for sure. I think the fancier controllers get, the more complicated they get, and then there are more problems, right? Like I've recently got myself a PlayStation 5 and I'm loving the DualSense controller, but I also recognize there's so much going on there. Something is bound to break. You know, we saw like all that haptic, the HD rumble with the Joy-Cons caused eventually, you know, leading to Joy-Con drift. They're really, really cool when they're working, but maybe we just still have to like work out some kinks in them. So I would definitely say I'm intrigued. It's fascinating to see that all three of the big controllers are having similar kind of issues or are stopped working. So I'm really excited to see whatever the fix for this all is.
Yeah. And to diverge for just a minute, Nate, you talked about you text Apple and they give you your support. You know who else has a text-based system? Jet's Pizza. If you text your order to Jet's Pizza right now, you can get 20% off your order. Let's get to the next Newsbies item, Halo. We don't have Halo Infinite yet, but we're getting the next best thing, and you want to know what that is? Pringle chips.
Ooh.
I don't know who thought this up, but this is probably one of the coolest things I've seen for a long time. Now, I haven't had Pringles in a hot minute because it turns out they're not super healthy, and we're trying to eat better in my family. But I love the chips, and I love the Pringles that have flavors that aren't traditional. Cheeseburger, pizza, pickle can go in the trash. I've had one, I thought that was enchilada. Maybe it was enchilada or taco. I don't know. That was good too. So I'm seeing shocked faces. You all can shove it.
Pickle,
Pickles are great. Pickle chips are fantastic.
All right, this is coming from Game Informer from Marcus Stewart, good buddy. Not yet, but we will be. Halo Reach fans may remember Moa as an alien species of bird native to the planet Reach. The large flightless bird resembles an emu and apparently made good burger meat, evidenced by the game's World Cuisine restaurant advertising Moa burgers. If you ever wondered how the fictional bird turned hamburger tastes, Pringles, of all companies, has pulled the curtain back on the limited edition Moa burgered flavored chips. Now, I'm hoping that this isn't just the cheeseburger Pringles flipped over with some Halo marketing. I'm hoping that it's like semi-unique, because if you look at the picture, it's like a 4-stacked burger. We've got some veggies on top. I think that's cucumber, some radish, maybe some pickled beet, who knows, and then a sauce on the bottom. I'm hoping that it's a unique flavor. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get some bonus experience points. Like, hey, pop the tab, rip the paper open, put in the code, and whenever Halo Infinite comes out in 5 years, you'll be able to get 24 hours of experience boost. But how do you all feel? Like, I'm extreme hype. I'm going to buy these day one. I don't care what kind of red 40, yellow 5 are in it. I'm going to digest all of it.
I am a huge fan of weird flavors. Like, I'm like that person where it's like, I will try anything once. I'm like, all right, let's do it. The weirder the flavor, the better for me. I did not know this was happening. I'm super excited. Apparently, it tastes like a blend of garlic, sweet ginger, beef, chili pepper, and red pepper.
Whoa!
Like all my favorite
This sounds pretty good. I'm into that. I'm super into that.
I am too. Marcus, I didn't read the rest of the article. Crap.
But yeah, no, I am extreme hype over this. I'm definitely like one of those suckers where I work in marketing, right? And I'm one of those suckers where you slap on like a game thing onto something. Like I need it. Yep. What the heck? Yep. Like, I was like, oh, I'm falling for it. So, but I'm very excited. As long I don't even care at this point if it tastes good. I just want to try it.
Absolutely, and then keep an unopened canister up in your closet.
Oh, of course.
Oh, of course. So I think I'm also extreme hype. I am a burger connoisseur, so anything like burger flavored, I have to give it a shot. Pringles I think are an underrated chip. I feel like you don't hear Pringles talked about in the conversation. You always have your Doritos, your Lay's, and I think the Pringle it's the unsung hero of the chip. If you slap Master Chief on something, it just looks cooler. Like, Master Chief is cool. Like, no one in the world can say he's not. Like, he's just cool. So you put him on anything, I'm going to want to eat that thing. This burger, the fact that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 patties, 4 is better than 1. So if I see a chip with burgers that has 1 patty and I see this one with 4, I'm going to be more inclined to get the 4. Cheese looks great. Picture's great. I'm all in. I'm excited.
I want 4 times the alien bird grease to come out of these.
Exactly.
And fun fact,
4 times the heart attack.
Pringles are not chips. They are potato crisps.
Yes. They don't have enough potato in them or something.
We're not going to talk about what the other percentage is within the crisp, but there is potato flavoring. But Nate, sorry, you were about to say something.
Oh, no, you're fine. You put a Pringle and you put a hamburger together, I'm going to buy it. Like, extreme hype all the way. I am sorry, Asa, because I know the pickle community is going to come after you and cancel you, but like,
well, they should.
We'll figure it out.
Bring it.
Yeah, you're gonna get Baja blasted out of this world. Sorry. Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I think it's clever. It kind of reminds me of like back when Halo was like Halo 2, Halo 3, where like those kinds of promotions were happening more frequently when we were younger. So it's kind of cool. It's nostalgic. I might do like a little duck face with the Pringles. Really lean into it.
Yeah, really lean into it.
The bird.
Hit that childhood hard. Okay, because I'm going to hold true to my word, and we're going to get that party chat episode. We're going to go rapid fire with these other Newsbies items. So you've got the rankings in the notes. Just throw in your ranking, not even thinking about it. Here we go. Next item on the Newsbies docket, Pokemon Go. That game is still alive. I play it every day. And it finally, I can't believe this hasn't happened earlier, for the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, there's going to be a crossover between Pokemon Go and the Pokemon trading card game. Starting in late May 2021, we plan to announce the art and content of the Professor Willow card and details on how to get the card in each area. We'll make announcements as further collaborations as determined, so we hope you look forward to those. And then, of course, there's some stuff in there if you've never played the Pokemon trading card game. Of course, it's blowing up. People are getting back into live streaming opening packs. I might get in on that. It's like a loot box in real life. Where are we at? I'm extreme hype because I play Pokemon Go every day. I love the trading card game. I'm surprised it hasn't happened earlier.
Definite hype. I don't play it anymore, but I love it. I still love it.
Also, at a hype, it's so much fun. Bringing, like, anytime you bring a game into the real world and you can play it, I'm all about it. So the fact that this keeps on going, it's a choice.
And Nate, you said intrigue?
Yep.
I'm going to throw in an addendum, and I don't know why I didn't add this in there. Shout out to the Microsoft and Pokemon Go collab. I don't know if anyone else has seen, there's a tech demo for the HoloLens version 2 working with Pokemon Go. So putting it on and like throwing the ball like actually with your hand, and it's just all like, yeah, it's a real thing. Go look it up. We should have been talking about it in this episode, but hey, that's life. All right, last item.
The same treatment.
Right. Last item on the Newsbies docket, Avengers is getting a next-gen update later this month, but not without some more kinks. Who knows if this game is going to live or die anymore. But Marvel's Avengers is getting an XP grind update. So Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix is finally bringing the new game to current-gen, next-gen consoles March 18th. But it's also getting another change. After that date, it's going to take even longer to reach the game's max character level because the developer is increasing the XP requirement. Of course, that article continues. This is Polygon, by the way, from Austin Golson, or Goslin, sorry. So I recommend please go over and read that. I want to hear where your ranking is, but then go ahead and throw in something else because I feel like I wanted to like this game. It had such a rocky start, and then they keep on, I don't want to say they keep on making it worse because I want to be optimistic, but they keep on making it worse. And like we saw what happened with Anthem. I don't care about Outriders. I want this game to live. I want it to thrive, but this has me I'm gonna change extreme hype to extreme bummed. I'm just super bummed out.
I think I'm sitting at extreme disappointment.
Yeah.
I really wanted to like this game. I wanted to play it. I wanted to feel like the Avengers, but just seeing how poorly it launched, how it came out pretty much not finished, it's just not something I can really get behind. And then if you're going to make it harder for the grind, which to me just feels like, hey, let's add filler for content's sake.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not something I want to support with my money.
Right.
I just bought it on sale because I was excited for the next gen update. And then this story came out, and now I'm like definitely annoyed.
You've got 2 weeks. Grind hard. You've got 2 weeks before that update comes.
See, I was waiting to play it until the update. Because I was like, I want like the true like PS5 experience.
Yeah.
It's like what there goes $30.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it, and I probably won't ever, so I can't say I'm like extreme disappointed because I wasn't necessarily looking forward to it anyway, but I do feel bad that other people are disappointed about it.
True. Well, let us know your thoughts in the chat, in the comments below. How do you feel about these Newsbies items? Are you extreme hype? Are you definite intrigue, mild interest, absolute boredom, or something in between? But we're going to move on to something a little bit more fun and lighthearted, so let's shake those willies off. It's time for game that what? You don't like shake the willies off?
I think... Continue.
Your word choice.
Yeah, Willie was weird. I'm like, why are we shaking Willie? It's me. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's just because I've got a kid. All right, we're listening to Raffi. We're listening to the Wiggles, and you got to shake, shake, shake. Is it Willie? Shake your willies out. Yeah, I think so. I don't want to get flagged for the song, but I think it's shake your willies out.
I'm going to trust you. You are the one with a child.
Well, now I don't want to be wrong. It'd be a creep, and I'm singing shaking your willy. All right, it's time for Game That Tune. Thanks a lot, Josh Bennett. All right, I'm going to play a snippet of a song from a game, and it's up to this panel to try and recognize, A, what is the song? B, what game is the song from? C, and I'm probably saying these all out of order, do you know the song's name? And then bonus round, can you pinpoint within the game that this song plays? So
I'm going to be so bad at this.
I'm very nervous.
Feel free to play this game at home. Put it in the comments, put it in the chat. feel free to roast the panelists if they can't figure it out and you got it on the first try. And shout out to community member Bobbert Rel for this song suggestion. And don't forget, you can make your suggestions too. We'll make sure to put the link on how to do that down below. All right, here we go. Good luck to our panelists. May the Lord bless your heart and all your souls. And here we go.
Oh, you're not helping us at all.
Oh, Buzz.
Hold up. We gotta let the whole clip play to give everybody a chance, and then we'll let you buzz it. All right, 15-second clip. Nate, you said buzz pretty prematurely, so I'm gonna let either Biddick or Victoria take it, and if they don't, then it's going to you.
Victoria, do you have anything?
Yeah, I have no clue. You can expose me as a fake gamer. I'm lost. I'm lost.
I know this. I'm sure this is not it, but the only thing that came to my head was like Tack and the Power of Juju. But I'm like 95% sure that's not it.
Okay, it's
It
not
was
it.
just a nice memory that brought back, so I thought I'd share it all with you.
Shout out the Tack. Nate, what do you got?
It's Donkey Kong Country.
Yes! Bingo, bango.
God.
Now, can you get the rest of the
cave.
points?
It's the cave.
Never played.
Okay.
I have never played a Donkey Kong game.
Whoa.
I'm not alone. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you very much.
There's only
I
one
know.
that you should play.
Shocking secrets.
And it's Donkey Konga.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I lied. I not only am I a bad gamer, but I'm also just a horrible person, and I can't tell the truth. I have played Donkey Kong.
Dude, Donkey Konga slaps. Okay, you got
Literally.
Mighty boss tones in there. Boom, boom, boom. Clap, clap, clap. Let's do it.
That's the only one I haven't played.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to deduct some points. You were right. It is Donkey Kong Country. Yes, it is the Cave Dwellers, the name of the song. So you didn't get the point for the name, but you got the point for the area. So it's when you're going into the caves. So 2 points on the board for Nate. The other two, you're looking rough, all right? But don't worry, there's another chance we'll have big bet trivia at the end of the show for you to redeem yourselves. And that, I think, is the real competition. Let's move on to what's in the box. What is in your Xbox, your PlayStation, your Switch, your PC, your N-Gage, your phone, your controllers that have games in them? Where are you playing games, and what are you playing, Victoria?
Oh, I'm starting. Okay. Wait, does my desktop count as a box? It's technically a box. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, okay, good. Recently started playing Armello with a friend. Yeah, it's been going. I know Armello has been out for a while, but we just started getting into it. It's super fun. I've forgotten how much I love sort of like tabletop-y type games. We also just with this friend, like he usually plays a game and I usually watch and we just like discuss it afterwards. Just finished Amori, which is a very interesting, very dark, a lot of content warnings. Do not play this game if you do not want dark things happening. But it's a very interesting story. I think it would. What did people compare it to? Oh, dang. It's like one of those things that start off really sweet and then just kind of turns like horror-y, and you're like, okay,
like
this is sort of, yes. Oh god, it's like one of those classic games. Okay, whatever, I've forgotten. And yeah, and then obviously on my Switch, I've got Animal Crossing.
Of course.
I still like don't play it as much, but it's there. It's
Did you
there.
get into the Mario stuff?
I'm getting them. They got me back with that. I was like, okay, fine. I need to have it. But honestly, I think it's the thing where like, because I work in games, I end up not playing a lot of games. It's I need to like sometimes just like take a break from it and like not think about games for a bit. But yeah, those are like the main things I've been playing.
I'm interested to try Armello out. I've had it for a long time on Steam, but have just never tried it. But you talking about it and talking about the tabletop-esque, the feeling in there, it has me excited to give it a try. But Josh, what are you playing? So,
as I said earlier, recently got a PlayStation 5, so I have been playing a whole lot of Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I adore this game. Spider-Man, I was gonna say it was my game of the year for 2018, but God of War also came out. So, but like, I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite hero. Like, I love playing Spider-Man games. There's just a feeling of like swinging through New York you don't get anywhere else, obviously. And I was wondering, like, I was really excited for Miles, but I'm like, how are they going to make this better? And they did. Like, Miles he swings more fluidly. Like, can tell that he's not as like refined as Peter. When he lands on things, he's still a little wobbly, just small details like that. I thought the story was phenomenal. I love all the suits. It's just, it just feels so good to play. I'm loving Spider-Man.
Nate, what are you playing? What's in the box?
So I've been playing a little bit of Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm trying to pace myself because I don't want it to end, because I too really enjoy that game. I love the way it feels on the PlayStation 5. I have been playing Persona 5 Royal. I'm about 68 hours in, and I'm on the 5th palace, and it is a nightmare. And I've had to regroup because I've been hit with a wall with what to do. So yeah, so I'm just going to continue to put 400 more hours into that game.
There you go.
But it's worth every second.
Oh, I love it. I'm not bored at all.
Yeah.
I've been breezing through that game, and then I hit the 5th palace boss, and I was like, oh, the internet says that this is almost impossible, and that means I'm not going to be able to do it. So
I believe in you.
Hey, so what do you got?
So I've been obviously I talked about playing Ring Fit Adventure, I skipped 2020 to get in shape. I feel like that wasn't necessary for me, but 2021 I'm like, okay, well now it's time. Getting into that, I am also a completionist, and that game obviously makes you exhausted and sweaty, and that is a terrible mix. I find myself going back and replaying levels over and over and over again to collect all 3 gold pieces, and every time you play the level, I just get more exhausted. So if I don't lose like 100 pounds by the time that I beat this game, I'm going to be shocked, because I'm putting in the work there. But outside of that, on my PlayStation, I try to like bounce between everything because I feel bad about making purchases and stuff collects dust. But PlayStation, I've been playing Destruction All-Stars, like here and there. Been playing a bunch of that. I know it didn't get a lot of love, and I can see where it feels like kind of not a full-on flat experience, but just isn't as deep as we wish that it would have been. It wasn't the twisted metal that people thought that it was going to be. But the colorful characters, the fun vehicles, it still loads fast and plays well. It's a fun game, and it's a nice like afternoon breezer. But then other than that, like, I know we complained about grindy games earlier, but I've been playing Division 2 on my Series X. I don't know what's wrong with me. I jumped back in, and I jumped back in hard. It's just super addicting. I still have like my gripes, like I can't crouch, I can't lay down, and that bugs the heck out of me. But I'm really getting into it and starting to learn how to like fully flesh out my character and really like get that build going and pick the right perks and all that stuff. So if anybody out there, the Borderline family or any other community, wants to play some Division 2 on Xbox, hit me up. And I know that there are people that were asking me to get it on PlayStation. If there's a big sale, I'll get it, and I will do the grind all over again just to play with people. But that's what I've been playing. But let us know in the comments below, what are you playing? Is there something that we are not currently digging into that we should check out? Or are we getting into the same thing and we want to play it together? Please let us know. But let's stop talking about playing games. Let's move past that, and let's make a game. It's time for Make It or Break It. Where you all in the community give us a prompt. So thank you again so much, Bob or Rel, for this one. We make the game. We have to come up with 5 things. The title, how it's played, who's making it, who's putting it out. There's one other thing that I forget. Oh, well, kind of like the overall theme and everything like that, the UI and all that stuff. And then we'll give it back to you, and you all in the community, you make the box art or the app art if this is just going to be a phone app, because we've done that in this show. But Victoria, you get the special role of being our game director, the lord of all of the decisions. So we all want to try to agree on it, but you get the final say. You get to drop the hammer and let us know what is and what's not. So the prompt that we have is, and this is an interesting one, so I want to see what we come up with. A castle-sized theater. And Barbarell wants a labyrinth to be within this castle-sized theater. Go. Let's do it. What are we thinking? What are we feeling? So I think story-wise we could do whatever we wanted. It just has to be within this giant theater.
Are we thinking movie theater or like a ye olden theater?
I think
my first thought was movie theater. Like I was thinking,
yeah,
like fitting a labyrinth in, like maybe you're a kid and you don't have enough money, or you're trying to sneak into like a rated R film. So you like have to go through this crazy puzzle or course or whatever to try to sneak into the appropriate theater.
Kind of like Hello Neighbor feeling.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You get behind that.
I like that take. See, I was thinking, I don't know why. I saw that prompt come in, and I thought you ever seen Phantom of the Megaplex?
No.
It's a Disney Channel original movie. It's not a good one. It came out like early 2000s, late 90s. You know, it came out on a Friday night on Disney Channel, and it's about like this. So it's like a take on the Phantom of the Opera. It's been a long time, but I think that's right. Is that right, Nate? It's kind of like a take on Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, and Mickey Rooney was in it.
Yeah.
Really?
Good film.
So if we can throw in like a haunted aesthetic to it,
of course,
I'll be down, because there's got to be a labyrinth.
Right.
I don't know how we incorporate that.
Are we thinking kind of like the new Luigi's Mansion, where each floor was like a distinct theme, where like maybe each like actual projector like theater is its own thing, and there are labyrinths within those to get to certain areas? Or
it could be that. It could be like just a very confusing movie like an IKEA almost. It's just a very confusing movie theater to go through. But also when you said theater, I thought like actual like stage theater, like you know, you had lines rehearsed. Like what if like you were the main actor or something, you just forgot your script, but it's like torn into pieces everywhere else. And you also, when you find these things, you have to learn how to piece it together. So it's also a narrative labyrinth of like, okay, how do all these things like piece together? Where do I find it? I don't know. I'm just
I love
like
that.
that
That's
though.
so cool.
It's even thinking like that new like maquette game that came out on PS5, where you're kind of going through the narrative first person. There's some script that will like show up randomly up higher up, and you could almost kind of like pair that together with like pieces you find kind of like missed or something like that.
Ooh, that could be cool.
And I'm all on board, because that idea, and I still want to kind of maybe like throw in some of Josh's elements of the like the Hello Neighbor-esque thing, where you gotta like try and like sneak into different areas, because especially if you can't remember your lines, like you gotta be crafty. But having to piece it together is like the quest in the Wind Waker, where Link is getting all the pieces of the Triforce together to rebuild it. So I'm game. I somehow brought it back to Zelda, so I'm here.
Hey, so it's like a Wind Waker parallel. Let's do it.
Yes.
I wonder, like, you could, what if you're trying to find the lines, find the script, but also there are like stage fright monsters, kind of like in like you're going through your own head, so like you have to
I
be
like that.
they're the manifestation of stage fright. You have to like avoid them, so you're not on stage like fumbling or mumbling or something.
Whoa!
I like
that. That's really good.
Can they be
Really
like
cool.
really large and grotesque, like Little Nightmares?
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
Yes.
they're his like views of the actor, their own trauma, their own fears, their own view of themselves, and like that's what they're trying to avoid, because they're, you know, I've been on stage plenty of times and you're like, I can't remember the next thing I'm supposed to say. My part's coming up, like I don't know what to do, and then you start like, oh, I'm a piece of shit, like I suck, I can't do these things. So having all of that like inner turmoil, that would be really cool.
Oh, yeah. And every time you look into a mirror, it's like all like distorted and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I like that.
And we should try to
Love
keep
it.
like a meter on the side, like as we collect these pieces and we try to remember the lines. Like maybe there's some sort of thing where we have to like go into a notebook where we've collected all of these, because none of them are in order. So then when we're in that moment where we're trying to put the lines together, if there's some sort of like timed element to where like if we try to get them in there and we get them successfully, then it kind of keeps our, I don't necessarily want to call it a sanity meter. I don't like the connotation there, but like that type of idea of like the more that we mess up, the more that like those fears that you're talking about, Josh, start to build up, and then that will create more monsters that will start to show up, that will start to like infect the scene. So like you have the
Could have
possibility
multiple endings where like you could mess up a puzzle to where like it makes you mess up the line, or things get worse, so it gets progressively harder, you get more scared, or there's like the perfect ending where like, hey, I can do this, I nailed all my lines thanks to my brain.
And so then there's like no monster interactions. So then you've got like, no matter who's playing it, you've got a different experience every single time, which is like really cool.
Yeah, we're making this.
Like,
Yeah, it's
I want
so
to throw
cool.
in like a little bit of stealth, like back to Spider-Man Miles Morales, where you have to like follow people around and kind of like listen to the different parts that are going on to then kind of like figure it out. What if there are some parts where you have to like scribble down the lines in your notebook because you overheard like the understudy, and you have to kind of sneak around to like, because they're trying to gun for your spot. You go up and you have to like kind of get in there.
The understudy has to be like a boss or something. Like has to be some sort of big extra bad guy. You're right. That's awesome. That's super cool.
Oh,
I
it's
need
like
this game to be a reality.
It's like the arch rival from Pokemon.
Yeah.
It is.
Name him Gary.
You can name him whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah, this is a good game.
Yeah,
I'm all about this game.
I'm digging it. Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna put it out?
That's a whole other question.
Yeah. Who do we think could pull it off?
That's a good question. I mean, I feel like so. I was gonna say, I was like, I think what would be interesting if like Night School, the ones who made oh my gosh, they're
Night
big.
School.
What is? I have to look this up now.
I do too.
To the internet.
I know. Is it Night School? Yeah, they made Oxenfree.
That was them?
Oxenfree was a good game.
And After Party? Okay.
Yeah, they made so I'm thinking, really I'm like, cool. It has the narrative, it has a little bit of spookiness.
And then
I think that works.
We could get like a bigger publisher to give them like all the budget that they need to like really put in the time, because there's like a lot of moving pieces and parts that we're talking about, and I know, especially after playing Oxenfree and After Party, they could easily pull this off. So like, who do we think would publish it?
It's like an Annapurna interactive game.
I was thinking Annapurna, yeah.
I'm down for Annapurna.
Like it just seems like that's like their vibe.
It would totally fit with all their lineup of games.
Yeah.
No, who wants to write Annapurna and Night School the pitch letter? Like, hey, here you go.
I mean, isn't Night School its own like a self-published as well? Was After Party self-published? Yeah.
Was it
Night School could do it.
There you go.
Both of them were self-published. So
one less letter to write.
There.
Well, we'll just clip this portion out, send it via email to whoever needs to see it at Night School, and then just not relentless. We got it. These are people too. I was gonna say relentlessly, like tweet at them, like you can do this.
Are you gonna like be the ideas guy? You're gonna be that person who emails the students like, I got an idea. Got an idea for you.
Well, I got your next $1 million thing coming right here.
Here we go. I want to have like a.
I only need 70%.
I want to be sweating profusely with like a cold cigar in my mouth. Listen up. Okay, now here comes the last final part that will meld it together. So Night School has everything that they need. What do we call it?
Ugh, I'm terrible at titles. I'm the worst.
We should do like a Shakespeare quote, like a short Shakespeare quote, and that's as far as my knowledge of Shakespeare goes.
That he has quotes.
We could call it Yorick, like Hamlet when he's talking to the skull's called Yorick. He calls it Yorick.
Yorick.
Then maybe Yorick. Yeah.
I dig it.
You said you didn't come up with names, and then you did this. I think you weren't telling
the
truth.
Apparently, it's because I got inspiration from Nate, who said Shakespeare, and I was like, oh,
there you go.
I know some Shakespeare.
Yorick it is. I don't know how to spell it, so I'm just gonna CC all of you, and then you can be like, "Hey, Asa misspelled it. This is what it is."
Put it in chat. Yorick.
There it is. Boom. Okay.
I would not have got that. I would have put some U somewhere.
I literally was thinking YOURICK, like you, Rick. Okay.
You Skull, you Rick.
That's why I'm just here. Well, there we go.
Man.
We made the game. We picked the publisher. We made the title. Now it's back to you all in the community. We need some solid art. So come up with your box art. Come up with your fan art. Email it to entertainmentborderline@gmail.com. Put it in our Discord. Put a Google Drive link in the comments below. Whatever you can figure out. So then we can take this cohesive package, send it over to Night School, and we're going to get this dope freaking game, Yorick, coming to every single platform near you.
Exactly.
All right, let's jump down memory lane. We're gonna go into my favorite. where we take a retrospective look into our own collective gaming pasts and histories with another prompt from the community. This is all built together, and this is from Alleycat J7. Thank you, Alleycat J7, for this prompt here. We're going to talk about my favorite quest. What is your favorite quest that you completed in a video game, and why?
Tough one.
There's a lot of quests and a lot of games that come to mind. For me, there's that part of me that's like, oh, I want to pick some like deep thing that really meant a lot to me. But the one that really jumps to mind is, it's more of a game, just all the side quests in Borderlands 2. I loved all of the references, especially at the time. I thought they were really funny. Like the Shooty McFace quest, where the guy's name is Shooty McFace and he wants you to shoot him in the face, and you shoot him in the face, and then he gets you some like special gun. Like it was so simple, so funny. Or like when you're going to the end, Handsome Jack's like, hey, I'll give you $1 million if you kill yourself and you don't fight me. And then you jump off a cliff, and it's kind of like a Mount Doom situation. And then he just makes fun of you, but he gives you the $1 million, but he just like, oh my God, you have no morals. You're like a loser. It's those small things that really like stuck out to me because they're still funny to me now. So I guess all the side quests in Borderlands 2, if that counts.
That's fair.
That's not a cop-out answer.
That counts.
I like that though.
Yeah. I've got. Okay, go ahead, Nate.
Well, I was just gonna say mine might be super basic, but like the dragon scale quests in Breath of the Wild to open those shrines.
Oh shoot!
The first time you see each dragon, the first time you like figure out that that's more than just like something visually appealing. Like that was figuring out how to do that, and the importance behind that was just super cool. And I know we're like 4 years anniversary, just a little bit past of that game, but like that still is like, if I could go back in time and play one moment of a video game for the first time again, it would be that.
Yeah. Oh, I might need to hop onto that. Dang.
I know.
Because I remember, I just remember, like, I literally like gasped in awe when I was hearing the dragon music, and I was like, "What is that? Like, what is going?" And then I like turned to the side, and it's just like flying. I was like, "Wow!" So happy.
So cool.
Oh God, that's not a quest though. That's just me seeing the dragon. But it did have more meaning to it. Oh man. I'll try to think of something different.
I'll let you keep thinking while I'll throw in mine. All right, so my favorite quest would have to be in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and I'm going to butcher it because it's been like a really, really long time since I've played it. But there is this, I think it's a Thieves Guild quest that is almost like Clue. So you sneak into this party, so you have to like steal an invite, and then you go into this random house, and I believe it was in Cyrodiil. And there's all of these people that are in the house. And while everyone's asleep, like, you have to try and kill this one person. Like, that's your quest. Like, steal the thing, kill the person, get out. But then it turns into this, like, whodunit kind of situation. So you start talking to everybody and using your persuasion skills to get people on your side to make them think that it wasn't you. And then, like, you have the option to just, like, bounce and leave, even though I think there were guards outside. But it was just one of those, like, super contained experiences, and I think like the Elder Scrolls games, in my opinion, are really, really good at that. Like, you could never experience these things, but then if you like dive into this random side quest within this like random Thieves Guild thing, like, then you get to experience this awesome moment. And it was just like this real world type deal where you just hear everybody talking about each other, and they're like secret biases start coming up, like, oh, I hate dark elves, I know it was that guy, he did it. Or, oh, Bretons are just so full of themselves, that they're trying to get away with it. And it was just, I don't know, it was just so cool. And I just had so much fun, and I just want more of that, like just those random things that seemingly don't fit within a gaming universe that are just so much fun.
Yeah, no, those are really good. Okay, so if I can't choose, if I'm going to stray away from Legend of Zelda, I think what has like a lot of nostalgia factor for me is like when I was a kid and I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City for the first time, and there was a pizza like delivery quest. It wasn't that fun, honestly, I think, but I think I look back on it with such fondness because it was like one of those things where as a kid, I was always like, okay, these are the games that are available. There's like nothing really else there, but I wanted a game. And this was before I discovered games like, I don't know, like Harvest Moon and stuff. But I was like, oh, just like, I don't want to necessarily like have these fantastical elements. I don't really always want to steal cars. I did still steal cars, of course. That was still very fun. But like, I think just like having something like surprising and different in the game that almost didn't match the tone of the game, like made me like really excited. And I love little moments in games that just maybe like are little like are just kind of like a little relief in the game, I guess is how I put it. It's like a little charming moment, and it was something to me that like I still remember as like it wasn't that fun, but I loved it. Like I love that it was there. I love that it was an option. Also, I just really like pizza, so there you go.
There you go. It's a win-win.
Pizza is hands down the best food that ever hit the world. So there we go. But let us know, what is your favorite quest? Let us know in the comments below and in the chat. But it's time. It's time for Josh and Victoria to redeem themselves with Big Bet Trivia. We're going to be playing the ultimate video game trivia. Hopefully the camera focuses. I don't know. There's two different cameras. What's happening? Okay, yeah, it looks like it's good. Perfect. You can play this at home. You can buy it at some sort of Hallmark store. But how this works is I'm going to read the question. You all buzz in if you know the answer. If Nate buzzes in, he gets it wrong, immediately, just like last time, goes to you two. If neither of you can get it, we're going to go into the hint rounds. And within each round, I'll give you a hint, and it goes back to the same format. Whoever can buzz in first, you'll get the first opportunity. If not, it goes so on and so forth. After 3 rounds, if we don't get it, nobody gets the points whatsoever. So, here we go. In Stardew Valley, which purple-haired, romanceable character owns a pet guinea pig named David Jr. and plays the flute?
Oh my god! I should know this. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Does anybody want to buzz in and guess a random name before we get into hints? Buzz? All right, Nate.
Wait, Buzz. Oh, wait. Oh, Nate went.
No, you can. Mine was just flip it Buzz. I haven't played this game yet, so I don't know.
Okay, I think it's Abigail.
I don't have any like victory sounds yet, but Victoria gets the points. There you go. It is Abigail.
Oh my goodness.
I have never met Abigail in Stardew Valley, so I've actually only played like 5 minutes of Stardew Valley.
That might be why.
That could be it. I own it in multiple places. I just haven't had the time, and I always like feel like the urge to play it, and then I just don't, because that's just.
Have you beat Last of Us 2 yet?
Dang. Well, you know what? The answer is no. I have not beat The Last of Us Part 2 yet. But you know what? Sadly, Josh Biddick got no points this episode of Game Chat. And
I have beat The Last of Us 2, so in certain ways I am doing better.
And since Nate couldn't, I'm just going to ignore it. Since Nate couldn't claim all the points in Game That Tune, that puts Victoria ahead of Nate by just 1.5 points. And you were so close. You were so close. But no dice. All right, it's time for Out This Month. I'm going to read through a list of games that are coming out in the month of March, and you all have to just let me know what are you most excited for. Just pick one game from that list. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, here we go. March games. Harvest Moon, One World coming to Switch. Maquette, well, that's already out. And is it, Victoria, you're from Canada. Is it Maquette? What can you know French? Can you speak some French for us? I know you're fluent in French.
I can't.
Is it Maquette?
Hey, I haven't heard of this game. What is it? I don't even.
It's on PlayStation Plus right now in March, so you don't even have to pay for it. Although they do deserve your money. But it's Maquette, Maquett. But that is coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. Oh, and it's coming to PC as well. Neptunia Virtual Stars coming to PS4. Yakuza Like a Dragon, finally leaving Xbox and PC and coming to PS5. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 coming to PC. Loop Hero. I don't know what that is, but I'm hoping that it's kind of like DJ Hero or Guitar Hero. I guess there's more well-known heroes out there. Sea of Solitude Director's Cut is coming to Switch. You need, if you haven't played Sea of Solitude. 2 Point Hospital Jumbo Edition Apex Legends is coming to Switch. Gensu Skydrift. I don't know what that is, but it sounds dope. Monster Energy Supercross, the video game, coming to PS5, Xbox, play everything. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is coming to new generation systems. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning is coming to Switch. Wait, didn't that already come out?
It came out, I think, just on like PlayStation.
Oh, well, good gosh. Play that game. Such a good game. RBI Baseball 21. Wow, that series is still going on. But we're getting a new one March 16th. Samurai Showdown is coming out. Stubbs the Zombie, a rebel without a pulse, is coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Please play Stubbs the Zombie. It's so good. We already know Marvel's Avengers is getting its next-gen update. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is coming to Switch. Root Film coming to PS4 and Switch. Story of Seasons. Now, that is like the spiritual successor to Harvest Moon. So make sure you check that out. Or actually, no, it is Harvest Moon. As I got roasted in the comments one time. It's just a different name. Or like the original name.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
It's like a Hot Shots Golf, everybody's golf kind of situation.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I think it's like the original creators or something. Okay. I don't remember.
Yeah, because it was like the team that localized it over when it was Harvest Moon was a different publisher at that time or something like that. I just remember I had like multiple comments in one of our videos saying like, oh, you don't know the history of Harvest Moon. The internet was mad at me. It Takes Two is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X, and then old gen consoles. Monster Hunter Rise coming to Switch March 26th. That looks sick. All of the Kingdom Hearts games are finally coming to PC at the end of the month, and then rounding things out, we've got Drifters and Binding of Isaac Repetence coming March 31st. All right, that was an exhaustive list, but what is everybody excited for in the month of March?
I think I'm going to go with Yakuza, Like a Dragon. I haven't played a Yakuza game, but I know how much everyone has been saying this game is fantastic. I know Sung-Won, aka ProZid, or Pro ZD, however, I don't know how you say it. He's characters in the game. I love that guy, so I always want to support something he's doing. So that will be my pick.
Okay.
I'm going to go back on what I said, and I'm going to just feign excitement for Avengers and just really hope that at least the main campaign, the story campaign that's like 8 hours long is worth it. So I'm really rooting for it.
Yeah, I feel like I also haven't played a Yakuza game, but I've heard so many good things about it that it's like something I'm looking forward to. Though I have heard really good things about Loop Hero.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently it's very good. So
is it related to the music rhythm genre?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm getting educated all over the place. And I am excited about Monster Hunter Rise. Love the Monster Hunter games. Excited for Rise. I skipped out on the demo because I just want to play the full thing. But that's because I'm a big ninny poo. Okay. We're going to sign off. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I appreciate you, whether you're watching on Twitch, watching on YouTube, listening on podcast services. We appreciate all of your support. Please make sure to leave us a comment down below. Leave us a like on the video or a review on podcast services. There's so many places, but your kind words would mean so much to us. But we can't fully sign off without doing our community spotlight. And on this episode, we're spotlighting Philip Woodward and his involvement with the Simply Sassy podcast and group and everything that they're doing over there. So please make sure you check out Philip Woodward. Go to Twitter, and I've got his handle in here. So twitter.com/Phil J. Woodward, and then, of course, Simply Sassy Vids. Make sure you check them out. They're doing great stuff. And our very own Josh Biddick was on an episode of the Simply Sass. It's Out of Our League, isn't it? Is that the one?
It is Out of Our League. That was the one I was on, and the Photoshop Challenge. They are a wonderful group of people. Really fun. Really love just promoting people and being a happy group of folks over there.
Yeah, so super awesome people over there. I'm excited about everything that they're doing, so make sure you check them out. And now it's time for everyone here. Victoria, you've got the spotlight. This camera, this camera, this camera. Let people know what you've got going on. What do you want people to check out?
Hello. Yeah. Thank you for having me. First of all, this was very fun. Love the format. It's great.
Thank you.
If you want to keep up with me, you can find me on Twitter @TheVTran. I tweet a lot there. I'm also the community director at Among Us, so if you hear about Among Us, I'm also there. I will probably hear whatever you have to say. We have things hopefully going on for Among Us soon. Fingers crossed. Game development, as you know, always a mixed bag. And if you're interested, if you're a game developer, I also am part of an organization called Game and Color. It supports and amplifies game developers of color in Canada, but slowly, hopefully, as we get more time to work on more things, it can expand. But yeah, you can also check that out on Twitter at Game and Color. And yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being on. Nate, Josh, where can people find you?
Nate, go first.
I am on all the social medias at the Nate Pretzel, which is like the food, just spelled the same way. And I'm going to talk a lot about video games, pop culture, and what I've quilted recently. So
I'm all about that. I'm not as cool as Nate, but you can find me on pretty much any social media at Josh Biddick, just my first and last name. Of course, on borderlineentertainment.com. And yeah, pretty much any place plug. Scroll to see a feed of stuff is where you could probably find me.
And you can find me at @greenriver07 on Twitter. But if you want to follow anybody, please search up Borderline Entertainment on all of your social media platforms, on YouTube, obviously here on Twitch, and any podcast service. We got a lot of content coming up. Our most recent video on YouTube was my wife and I reacting to the K-pop comeback of a group called ATEEZ. So that was super fun. So make sure you go check that out. And then also, we have many more episodes of Game Chat coming out. The next episode is going to have Rose City Games' very own Jenny Wyndham. So make sure that you tune in next week and check out that episode. But thank you again so much Victoria, for being on. We appreciate you so much. But it's been so much fun hanging out with everyone, and we appreciate, again, everybody that's out there in the chat. But until next time, be well, Borderline family.